Hey peoples. As you can see, this isn't coin stuff, so if you don't want to watch or whatever, you don't have to. This is an Invicta. I'll grab the dial here for you. Here's a little dial off of it. Invicta, 17 joule, little watch here. I thought, I'll do a little something here, a little watch working while I sit here and work on it, and I might as well answer questions or any of that kind of stuff. Um, I want to show you something if anybody's interested. So you see these little dots here? Those are actually supposed to be filled with a luminous powder. Let me see if I can find my flashlight thingy again. I have a UV light somewhere. I keep losing it. Anyway, they're supposed to glow. Uh, um, I don't know what I did with it. They're supposed to glow though when, you know, after getting charged up basically by some light. Guess I'll just try. I mean, I literally just had the flashlight and now I can't find it. That's fun. Anyway, the one little indice area is missing. Yeah, they're not gonna work. But anyway, so I gotta take out all of that stuff, all of those, and put all new lumen powder in there, luminescent powder in there, along with these indices are all supposed to have it. I think. No, the indices aren't. They just need to be polished up a little. I'm not gonna go too crazy on this watch though. It's just it's an older watch. Um it's got a beautiful case here. Let's see. See this? I am gonna replate this case though. I don't like the brass showing through. So that'll be something else I might do on the channel is do a little um, plating of it. We'll see. I don't remember if this watch had a date in it or not. No, this one doesn't. Some of the watches that I've worked on, some watchmakers will scratch in when they worked on it with maybe their initials or something. Anyway, here's the movement. That's what we call it, as a watch movement. Here it is right here. Invicta Ltd. That's not who makes this movement. This movement's made by somebody else, uh, a Swiss company. Basically, Invicta would go to them and be like, "Hey, we need a movement of this size, doing this, blah blah blah," and then they'd say, "Oh, okay," and then boom, you'd have a movement. Well, the problem with this one is, you see that? This is your balance, and every once in a while, there it's going, but then it stops, and so that's an issue we need to address. So I've already taken the face off, the dial off, or the face off, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you here. And see how it's moving again now? It's at different angles. It just stops. But what I want to show you is, see that little tiny screw right there? That's the pins go down into that for the face. Hey. And that's what holds it on. I'm not doing anything coin related right now, Rosie. I mean, if you want to sit and talk, we can. I'm just doing some watch repair, and since I'm sitting down here doing it anyway, I thought, well, um, might as well just chillax and answer questions if anybody's got any or anything. So, alright, now, so on here we would have had, I already took some stuff off. There would have been a, right here in the middle, this is your seconds hand. That's what runs that. This is your, minutes, I think. Yeah. And then your hour hand, I've already taken off for the hour hand. Well, I've already taken the hands off too. Now this one is press fit on, and there's a little tool you can get that's called a canyon pinion puller. And this is the canyon pinion. Um, I don't have the tool because they're danged expensive. So, how many Invictas do I have? I have this one, and then I just got a brand new one in. So, and I'm not a professional. I don't wear the little finger cots. Okay. Anyway, so for me to get this pinion canyon pinion out, I have my tweezers and I grip them really down low where I can get a good squeeze. Put my finger over top of that so it doesn't go flying, and just give a good pull, and boom, your canyon pinion will come off. Some of them get a little sticky once in a while, but you know what? You'll get a feel for them if you do a few. Now, I don't have the cool box like I'm thinking like Marshall is one of the people I watch sometimes. Wristwatch Revival is his name, or is the YouTube he has. He wears the finger cots. He's got all the pretty things and stuff. I do this as literally a hobby, not a. So I don't have the big fancy washing machine and all that stuff. I mean, I have some solvents. I mostly do it by hand and stuff. And I do have the oils and greases and stuff, so we will go through that. I do have, I don't have the fancy screwdrivers. I bought the cheap Chinese knockoffs. The only thing I spent a decent amount of money on were my tweezers. You do need a good pair of tweezers. So I did I mean, I've got two tweezers. I got the straight ones here, and then I have an angled ones here. And I think I spent like $50 on these tweezers. Nice, nice knife, man. Very cool. This one here, I don't know if you were in and saw this one. I'll show you the dial on this one here. This one I bought as a non-runner. So here's the dial. Um, right above all these indices, this little dot right here is supposed to have lumen powder in all of them. The lumen powder obviously isn't very luminous anymore. You can see like staining here. I'm not going to bother trying to clean that stain. There's a chip there. I'm going to leave it just as is. I like the look of it. I might do the luminous powder. I haven't decided yet on there. I mean, since it's missing there and a little bit there, I haven't decided if I want to do it or not. The hands, they're supposed to have luminous powder too, and I haven't done anything with them. Just not sure if that's what I want to do or not. I do like the case on this. It's way different than most Invicta stuff. So it's got like the scallop look to it all the way around. Um, it does need a new crystal. The crystal is broke right there, but that's okay. And then I don't like this look though. Um, so my plan is I'm going to remove all of the plating, get this thing polished up nice, and replate it. I'm not going to do that today, obviously, but in the future, I am going to be doing that, and I think I'm going to do it on the channel here. Um, I'm learning how to do it, so I figure I've watched a ton of plating videos and stuff, and nobody goes over it real well. So I want to do it, step by step and really go through it. I did watch one guy who did it for a computer thing that he was building a water block for a computer, but he did a really good job, but on a very small scale too. I'll show you my other Invicta that I just got today. Just got it in the mail today. It's brand new. Brand new. I have to move the scope here a little bit. I normally do coin stuff, but look at that thing. That is nice. So, and this is, like I say, is brand new. It's in the box. It's got the tag still with it. So, anyway, I normally do coins and stuff like that, but today I was just, I got a bunch of people that want me to do a watch show on Whatnot. I do coins usually. I sell coins on Whatnot, but I got a bunch of people that want me to do a watch show. So I figure, well, if I'm gonna do a watch show, I should probably get some watches actually working. So anyway, back to this thing. So a couple things here on the front. This is called the keyless works, and the reason they call it that is the old pocket watches had a key that you had to like literally stick into the back here and crank to wind them up, and this fixed that. You don't need a key anymore. This does the winding and the setting and everything out all together, so they call it the keyless works. Now, before I get into this thing too far, we're going to flip it over. And again, I'm not a professional, so I'm not wearing finger cots. If you are a professional, you should be wearing finger cots and working where there's not a bunch of hair, dog hair everywhere. Again, this is the balance. This is probably the most delicate part of the whole watch. If anything happens to this, you definitely aren't your watch is definitely not going to work anymore. I'll show you here. It's got a little spring on it. I got a little blower thing here, like a well, um, any parents would know this as like a snot sucker or an ear wax sucker thingy. So, where's my screwdriver? There it is. So anyway, I am going to take out the balance first. And these screws, I mean, they may look big on the through the scope or bigger, but let's see, what can I find to put next to it that you guys would know what it is? Oh, here we go. Here's a pen. The tip of a pen is bigger than that screw. They're tiny. So if you've never worked on a watch before, these screws are absolutely insanely small. Insanely small. Alright. Now, I've been watching watchmakers for a while and stuff, and I always see them in there like this, and I never understood. Well, on the side of the watch right there, they actually put a little groove right there that you can get your screwdriver in, because there's little pins that hold this down. So they put a little groove there. You can get your screwdriver in, see that groove? And pop that up there. And now we got the balance is loose. We'll grab it very carefully. Come on. Sometimes going through the screw hole helps, but come on. And you see that this spring, they call that a hairspring, and it is tiny. If you get a kink in that, yeah, you're done. So you always want to make sure that you're being very careful with this, and that's why I like to take it off right away. Now, I'm not going to I probably won't do an actual full service to this watch, like Marshall would or any of the other watch guys would, because I already did. But for some reason it keeps stopping, and I know it's not the balance. So I don't know if it is I think it's the pallet fork, actually. Look at, see how that's sticking? That should just flop back and forth easy. So I think the pallet fork might not have, I can't remember if I'm pretty sure I oiled it, but anyway. So let's get off these are called bridges. We're going to get this bridge out of the way. And then we can start getting some of these train wheels out of there. That's what they're called. You might think of them as like gears or whatever, but they're actually called train wheels. So let's get this first screw out. And yes, my screwdriver, for some reason, is magnetic today. Shouldn't be, but it is. Okay, we got this little screw here. Again, these things are absolutely, positively tiny. So, I do have a little storage container off to the side here that I'm putting all this stuff into, so I keep, certain things together so I know where they go or where they go with, at least. Most of these, a lot of these Swiss movements like this are the same, like fairly close to the same. So for the most part, if you can put one together with your eyes closed, you can pretty much put all of them together. There are a few exceptions. Um, uh, Watches like Timex. You want a challenge ever? Take apart a Timex and try to put that back together. Ugh. No fun at all. Anyway, my favorite watches to own are mechanical watches. Uh, some people, yeah, see, there was a little bit of wind left in there. I could not actually get that out. Wow, that was actually stuck. That center wheel was actually stuck in that bridge. Really weird. Okay, come on now. I'm trying to get this out without pulling the wheels out, the train wheels out, so you can see where they all go and stuff and how they all interact. But these are called jewels. People think they're real rubies. They're not. They're synthetic. That's what the little pivots on these wheels ride in. So you don't have metal on metal. So there you go. That's the setup there. And here's your bridge. And like I say, there's your little pivots. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that is. Hey. The reason this is bouncing is because I don't have it in the holder. Because I don't know where I put my holder. Where did I put my holder? Where did I put my watch holder? See? Not a professional. Oh, it's right in front of my face. That's why I couldn't find it. Anyway, like I say, if you're not interested in this kind of stuff, hey, you're not going to hurt my feelings by just coming by, say hi, and say bye. If I'm going to be down here doing it anyway, I just thought, hey, maybe I'd just, turn on the camera, do a little live streaming. And if it gets a lot of views, like a lot of people enjoy it, maybe I'll do more. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there we go. So that's how that's actually supposed to be sitting down in there. That's your seconds hand. So that one moves faster, of course, than anything else. This watch is kind of interesting. So you got, this would be kind of like considered like a sub bridge. So you have your main bridge, and then this is another bridge, and this would be like a sub bridge underneath. So it's really cool. Pretty sure I have pictures of all these, but let me check here and make sure that I still have all my pictures of the Invicta. I take pictures with my scope to make sure that I can, so when I'm putting them together, I can remember how they go. Yeah, looks like I got pictures. Okay. It's always a good idea. Plus, I guess there is this recording. I can always come back and rewatch my own video. So, anyway, let's get started. I don't know why this watch is not running like it should, but now this one here. Okay, there it's out. This gear here, or this train wheel here, like I say, it goes all the way through the watch. Then we got another train wheel here. This one here transfers through a gear here on the bottom of it, down through. Okay. And there's another damn dog hair. See, ideally you wouldn't do this where you have a dog, or you'd have better. Now I did put a little bit of grease here on this. I didn't think I put that much on, but it was late at night. And I don't have Rodico like a lot of people, so we just take a little. Where the heck did I put my? I do have little cloths that are lint free. They're actually used in the IT industry because that's actually where my background comes from, is IT. So doing this is actually really fun for me. It's going back to basics basically. There we go. Radical is kind of like a silly putty kind of stuff for that watchmakers use. Anyway, I had put some grease on there for this opening, just to keep, because there's no jewel in there for that. So, all right, here we go. Let's go through this sub gear. This sub bridge is what I was gonna say. I guess I didn't get that tight. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. See? Not a professional. Don't get in the comments and be like, wow, you're an idiot. Because obviously I know that. I know what I'm doing enough to get by. But that's about it. That's about it. And I do encourage people to try this, but not on a little watch like this. Get yourself a pocket watch. And not a dollar pocket watch. So they used to make these, like, they called them dollar store pocket watches or dollar watches. West Clocks is one. Don't get one of those. You can go on eBay, find yourself a nice pocket watch. A nice big pocket watch is usually the best. And pick up one of them, and you know, these screwdrivers I'm using. I mean, like I say, I got them off, I think eBay or something. I don't know. They're like a Chinese made, like I said. So there's that sub bridge. They're like a Chinese made ones. You know what? They work. They're not the greatest. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing the tips on them with Bergeon ones, just because they're nicer quality. Anyway. So now we're going to take out this and this. This is your crown. Or this, yeah, crown and ratchet. Yeah, ratchet. Here's your click. So when you're winding it, and you hear the click, 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 that's this thing right here clicking. And all it does, its only purpose is to make sure that when you're winding this thing, that when you're winding it, is that it can't run, it can't unwind, basically. That's its only purpose. Alright, so the screw on this one, it's a little bigger, but they're really short. Really short. Look at this. Tiny. Tiny short. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. I gotta demagnetize my screwdriver one of these days, but for right now, I'm not gonna worry about it. The only thing the magnetism does is it can make your watch run funny. But honestly, I could demagnetize the whole watch too. I'm buying a demagnetizer, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now this is just a little gear here up on top. Like I said, it has this square hole in it, and that square hole corresponds with your barrel. And this is the barrel bridge, is what this is called, this bridge. And your barrel bridge interacts with the barrel, which has the spring in it. That's what I was trying to get at. Golly, I just about forgot what I was doing. All right, now we can take this train wheel out. Perfect. Looks like I used too much oil there too. It was really late at night when I put this together. All right, now the fun one. That screw right there. 99.9% of the time, this has got a backwards thread, so to unscrew it, instead of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, we're going to be righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. If that makes any sense to you. So, see that? We're turning it as if we were tightening it, but it just came out. So, remember that if you're working on one of these, that it goes the opposite way for that one. And the reason being is when you're turning the, the crown, the stem comes in here, the winding stem, and you're turning it, then you're always tightening this wheel. Okay? And this one does need some grease on it because it's got nothing else really going on. So, and usually, and I think this, yeah, there's like a bushing right here, usually. So, I'm going to pull that off so I don't lose it. And again, these parts are really tiny. Really tiny. Now, I'm not going to pull the click out or the click spring because I've lost enough of these damn click springs, and usually if you leave the click in, the spring will stay. These things fly out and then they're gone. And I tell you what, I bought a 100-pack of universal ones, and finding one that fits correctly and everything again, good luck. You almost have to buy a whole new movement or find this movement and try to find the parts for it and everything. So, again, good luck. Alright. And like I say, I am going to clean this movement, but I'm going to do it off camera. So, I'm just going to take it apart here, and then I'm going to clean it, and then my next live stream, or maybe I'll just clean it now and we can, I don't know, I'll figure something out. But like I say, I hand clean it, so it takes a long time to clean. Because I don't have a cool machine, because I found one on eBay I was really interested in, but, they're very expensive, so. Anyway, I'm going to go through the back here by the barrel. There's an opening, so I can start kind of prying up on this barrel bridge. And we get that out of the way. Okay. And then, okay, so here's your keyless works right here. Your clutch and all that. So sliding clutch and clutch. This is your clutch. There's your sliding clutch. And here's your barrel that has the spring in it. I'm not going to actually open that up. I'm just trying to get the dumb thing out. That needs to be cleaned. Like immensely. I don't know. Maybe I didn't open it up before because that dark stuff looks like a older grease that I wouldn't have put on there. Huh. Maybe I will open it. All right. Next thing we have here. Where did the escape wheel go? Oh, it fell off. It's right in front of me. Okay, so one of the train wheels that I didn't actually mention is this one right here. That keeps falling. It doesn't like me very much. Alright, this is called the escape wheel. It sits right here. Right. Come on, go down. Thank you. It sits right here anyway, in this little jewel down here. So all the power that's coming through the watch from the barrel comes down into this escape wheel, and then goes through this pallet fork here, which just goes back and forth on this, and then your it turns your balance, and all the power goes all the way back through then, and that's what runs your watch. So there you go. That was actually kind of a stupid explanation. Yeah, I'm sure somebody can explain it better than I can. Basically, you have your power here, comes down, flips this thingy back and forth with your, and then while your balance swings back and forth, flips this back and forth, and it cycles back and forth basically. Anyway, let's pull this pallet fork bridge out because that almost feels sticky, and I'm wondering if that's where we are losing our power from. Normally, I try not to usually pull these out because they're pain in the you know what to put back in, and usually they're not bad. But this one, yeah, that one's sticky. Look at this. That should not be like that. Watch this. Look at that. The pallet fork is actually stuck in its bridge. See, that shouldn't be like that. I think that's probably what our problem is. So that really needs to be cleaned up good. And same with these crystals down here, need to be cleaned good. So we're going to take the clutch out now. There you go. There's your clutch and slider and clutch. So, and this lever here is what switches your sliding clutch back and forth from this little gear to either winding the spring or down to the gear here to set the watch. Alright, so that's everything out of that side except for that little screw, which I never do take out because they're a pain in the butt. Because that little screw comes through and goes to right here, which holds this mechanism together. And let's see what else. Come on, go down. Thank you. Alright. So this mechanism here, like I said, is part of your keyless works. It's a really cool mechanism, honestly, but I could never explain it correctly, so I would go check out somebody else's video. This here is a shock jewel, so if you drop the watch, this will help take the shock from that drop so that you don't break it. Like the balance staff or shaft, I showed you the balance there. It's got a staff that goes through the middle, and the tips of those are just tiny, 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 and they're so easily broken off. So these are all capped, and so this is going to take me a long time to do. Now, you see all these little holes everywhere? You see all these holes all over the place? Those are actually for different dials to be put onto this. So this is a very universal movement that was used here. So it could have had just tons of different stuff put onto it. So anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here because, like I say, it's gonna take me probably 2 to 3 hours to clean this thing up. So I just wanted to just hang out for a little bit, see if anybody was interested. And since there really wasn't many people in here, apparently not. But we'll see how the views do and stuff. And if people like it, I'll show more because I have a bunch of watches coming that need work. So just let me know if this little sneak peek is something that you want to see more of. Please subscribe, comment, like, dislike, whatever. Share the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.